I just set this up because if I didn't, it would be another 10 minutes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey, Julia, can you hear me? Yeah. So we can get 7 people in each row, because we've got a few more people registered. So some of these rows have 6.
I can move in the corner over there. I don't mind.
Or yeah, we've got some spaces up
I
here.
don't mind doing that. People don't like to. I'm good with the corner.
Okay, we got a space up here.
It's my side of the room anyway. How you doing? You can go here. I'm completely off, thrown off on the side of the room. So I'd be happy to go over here. Trina, do you want me long ways or
7. 7.
Trina? You rather me long ways? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see? Oh, okay.
I didn't leave your keys and your phone. I didn't know where to put it, so I stairs over by the mirror. You'll see my sweatshirt and my stairs. You want to put your stuff? Yeah. Yeah. That was nice, right?
Damn.
It was like lightning.
I'm here.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good. I need to be here. But yeah, I'm on there. I'll help you afterwards. All right. I had to read to get it. Which is all no. I'm gonna follow it. So I took some background about this one. And she was he's the instructor. Okay. Yeah. So they're not sure whether we missed it.
Can you guys hear? Nobody's responding, but it looks like it's working.
Well, then don't worry about it.
Last week there was audio and no visual. Oh yeah, they can hear. Awesome, thank you, great. Is this gonna be every week? Prenatal?
What's up, y'all? Anything you want to do today? Postures or body parts you want to mess with? Core. Some wrists? Okay. Oh, thank you. Ankles? And feet. Okay. All right. When your foot hits or you place it, the main part of the weight is going to dissipate down into your heel. All right, that's why your heel bone size it is. And then the bones through your foot are going to be more for like mobility, right, as the foot moves through. So they're smaller. So you want to put all the weight down into your heel. Then what do you feel next that touches the floor just when you put your foot down? You feel the outer edge of the foot, right? And you visually can see the arch it has to lift up from. So you're pushing your heel down, then you're riding the outer edge of your foot out, and you're rooting into your pinky toe mound, right? This one here. Not as big as your big toe mound, right? But still a good connection point. So now as I root it, then my foot spread, the outer edge rooted, right? The pinky toe hit, and then right after, as the toes spread, my big toe mound hits. And then I would move forward, right? And that's how your foot goes. It's just fast, right? But if you slow it down, like we do in yoga, I would be putting my heel down. You could see I stretch my foot out. Here's the outer edge. The pinky toe roots, then the toes spread out, and then the big toe mound roots. And if you look from the side, you could see how my arch lifts up, right? This is my collapse arch side, because this is my right side. So this is my mobile leg. This is my stability leg, right? My left side, because I'm righty. So this is going to be my stability, and this is going to be my mobility. So this arch is going to be harder for me to hold. So I might want to put a little more intention into that, right? But as I spread and open up, look at that foundation that I could build as compared to this, where we grip our toes, and then what comes up? Your big toe mound. So does that have any support in the arch if the big toe mound's up? No. So then probably what's going to happen? Like that, and it's going to collapse. So try to work off that, right? Spend those couple, like, I remember when I first started to practice, I was so like particular on how I placed my hands and my feet, right? I would seriously like be there for like 5 breaths, right? Like just trying to open and get everything set and move from this. I was trying to create muscle memory, right? Then as my body starts to realize, you know what? Every time I do something that's not optimal, he's going to put it back in place. That means I got to do it twice. That's not efficient. So what's my body going to do? It's going to take the path of, instead of taking the path of least resistance and doing it twice, it's going to take this alignment, right? It's going to start to accept that this is the way that I'm just going to place my feet every time, right? So that becomes the path of least resistance. Is that the easy way? No, that's the work, right? That's what you have to kind of get into to play. We ready? Let's do it. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes, sit up tall. Take a few breaths. Even here in this seated position, activate your feet like you're pushing on a gas pedal. Now pull that energy up your legs. So it's kind of like if you're in a crossed leg position, it's like you're kind of almost hugging your knees up to the sky just a little bit. You feel the insides of the thighs start to engage. As you pull your heels to your butt, your knees are bent here, so you're already you have those hamstrings shortened. So as you pull your heels to your butt, you should feel the back of the legs start to engage. Now you're pulling the energy up into the hips. You're in flexion of the hip, so the top of that quad rectus femoris, the center quad that turns into your patellar tendon and it's attached to your, that one's in flexion. Psoas, those kind of things. Bottom of the quads, though, they're opening, they're lengthening because the knee's in flexion. But now build up from the waist. Feel the spine start to engage. So lean back a little bit. You're going to feel the sit bones root a little more. Anytime we root, right, then we can build. Feel the side body start to lengthen. So from hips to armpit. Feel the muscles in the neck start to engage as you slide your throat back to the wall behind you. As the shoulders settle back a little bit, feel between your shoulder blades, north to south, the spine actually starts to extend a little bit more. And now you're dissipating the weight down into the sit bones, out the legs, into the feet. You're breathing up. You're expanding top to bottom, so up out of the crown of the head, front to back, right? So you're breathing like your chest forward and your upper back's breathing back. Side to side, you're expanding those ribs. From listening to yourself breathe, bless you, to slowing down the beginning of the inhale and pushing more on the end of the exhale, to counting out the breath. Right? Find where you need to be, all the way up to maybe Ujjayi breath, where the air begins to rebound off the back of the throat. Notice if you're still holding that position that you set up. If it crumbled a little bit, it's okay. Take a breath, set it back up. Now as the breath turns to movement on the next inhale, let the arms lift. And let the exhale bring the thumbs to touch, and the pinkies, and the pointer fingers, and the ring fingers, and the middle fingers. It's like the petals of the lotus closing. And now the breath goes to that space between our palms. We take it down our arms into the back of our heart, from the back of our heart out in front of us. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. Bless you. All right, let's start out all fours, hands and knees. Hey, home crew. So hands are an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. Toes are curled here. So we're trying to bring the foot like a little more neutral. Think Tadasana, or mountain pose. In the hands, spread the fingers. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. We just don't want them to turn in. Now spread your fingers out. And start to hug your forearms in towards the midline. Feel that energy come up the arms. Squeeze your biceps. Feel that elbow start to support itself. Now it's rooting up in your shoulders, in your chest, your upper back. In your legs, sweep your inner heels out because they're going to try to fall into the midline. Then hug your shins in. Again, pull your heels to your butt. Yep. Now pull your belly button towards your spine. Yes. Pull your shutters closed. If you're not sure where your shutters are, right here, bottom of the ribs, I'm going to close those shutters. Slide the back of the throat towards the ceiling. Yeah, feel the neck engage. Feel the upper back start to engage. Now we're in low mountain. We're in a pose, right? You're hugging muscle to bone in all direction here. You're starting to isometrically engage yourself. Breathe the side bodies nice and long. So from hips to armpit, feel the ribs expand. Then when you're ready, work your cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back. Look to your belly. Lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch. Your exhale, round. Undulating through the spine here. You want to open the upper back a little more. Look to your belly a little bit deeper. Lumbar, low back, lengthen sit bones towards the backs of your knees a little bit more. The connection in the upper back again is inhale. You're going to feel the heads of the arm bones root nice and deep into the shoulder sockets. You're going to feel the sit bones start to blossom and open. Back body, right, widen there. One more, and then come to a neutral position. So find that flat back. And take the right hand behind the head. As you draw your hand into your head, Push your head back into your hand till you feel these muscles in the back of the neck start to ignite. Then when you're ready, inhale is going to take the elbow to the sky. Exhale is going to take it across to the eye of that left elbow. Let's do 5. Inhale, take the elbow to the sky. Drive your right knee down into the mat as your elbow goes towards the sky. So we keep that twist above the waist, specifically in that thoracic spine, that middle upper back. After your 5, you're going to lower the right hand down. Find that low mountain first. Then take the left hand behind the head, and you'll inhale, take the elbow to the sky. Exhale is going to take it across to the eye of that right elbow. So this time, as you take the elbow to the sky, drive your left knee down into the mat. It'll root the left hip for you. You want a counter twist here. So as you open your chest towards the sky on the left side, you're actually twisting your hips back to the right. That's how you walk or move. Right? You don't see that, but that's ultimately what happens. Your upper body rotates to the right, your low body rotates to the left. Then after your 5 on that left side, or your side 2, lower your left hand down. Notice, did the hands place, or did the fingers turn in again? They did, just move them out, right? Start to get them into that muscle memory. Pull the energy up the arms and up the legs. Get that core to fire up. And when you're ready, right arm up, left leg back, spinal balance. Now, just see where the toes are, only about 4 or 6 inches off the floor. So we're getting good extension out of the hip, not engagement in the low spinal erectors. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. See, we're looking to just get to turn on the glute, this outside hamstring, get these to fire up here for us, right? So we just want to reach out of the heel. Exhale, lower. Right arm up, left leg back. Now lift from the inner upper edge of the forearm and then the inner upper edge of the thigh. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. Reach back out of your heel. Forward out of your fingertips in the crown of the head, side to side. Exhale, lower. Put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up. Left leg back. Exhale, lower. Your breath. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Your breath, lower. Keep working here. So if it's 2 seconds to inhale, for 2 seconds you want to lift your arm and your leg. If your exhale is 2 seconds, for 2 seconds you want to lower your arm and your leg. That's how we're going to work with our breath, right? Your breath is going to set the tempo for your practice. Now we started with right arm and left leg, finish with left arm or right leg, whatever your side 2 is. We'll meet back in low mountain. Pull your bellies in. See, look where we're at up here. Look how this is nice. Sacrum is back, right? As compared to the belly button wanting to fall to the floor. Yeah, right? We don't want that. See, look how solid we are. This is now where you want to step back to plank from. Yep, when you're ready, step back to plank. Now your shoulders should be stacked up on top of your wrist crease. And you should be reaching out of your heels. So your feet look like this. This is called dorsiflexion. It means our toes are closer to our shin. As compared to like a high heel, that would be plantar flexion. We don't want that. We want the exact opposite. Now keep that. That's going to be your space. Now lift your hips, push back to downward dog. That'll be your length for your downward dog. This way when you come forward, right, to your plank, this will all start to line up. Remember we said we want things to be efficient, right? So we make sure that our length is optimal, and then everything starts to work a little bit easier. We work hard, right, for this shit. We don't want to like give anything up or let anything go, and we want it to work and move smooth, right, and flow. Now, first downward dog, you could bend your knees, you could soften it up a little bit, you could pedal, swivel, wiggle, whatever feels good. Then come to a neutral position. Now, keep lifting your forearms up away from the mat. Keep lifting your inner biceps up away from the mat. When you do that, you're going to feel your shoulders move out away from your neck. You want that. Now slide the back of your neck towards the front of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. Feel the muscles engage. Feel your upper back. We want that. Now soften your chest back towards your toenails. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, drive forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Keep going. Your breath. Drive the weight down into the fingertips, down into the knuckle pads so the heels of the hands stay light. Keep pushing down, keep hugging in. As you drive into planks, feel that the heads of the arm bones stay rooted in the shoulder socket. One more. And then this one, as you come forward, let the exhale lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. You should notice when you go down in Chaturanga, your forearms will be straight up and down. If they fall back, it's because you got a little too long. Now take those shoulders back and down. Let the exhale lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Now, if you want to bend your knees, bend your knees. Taking your legs straight is not one of the main components in downward dog. It's the extension of the pose, right? And it goes breath, foundation, engagement, and then expression, right, or extension. So that part's last. So if you want to keep your knees bent, keep them bent. What you're trying to get is your arms to be overhead, so your biceps are going to be in line with your ears or your cheeks as you slide the throat back. And then your sit bones are reaching like where the ceiling and the wall meet. Then if you straighten your legs, engage them first, so pull your heels to your butt, get those hamstrings to engage. And then maybe start to straighten the legs. Reach out of the bottom of the heel, so closer to your midfoot. And then inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra, baby Cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Now really squeeze your shoulders back. We're trying to activate these rhomboids, muscles between your shoulder blades, and then even take the shoulders down away from the ears. When you're ready, maybe lower back to Chaturanga or lower the chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. So you play with the core a little bit differently, dropping back into Chaturanga. What feels good to you? It's not a right or wrong, right? So whatever you want to play with. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. So we want to be high on the fingertips of the blocks here. We want our front knee to be stacked up on top of our ankle, and we want it to track, right, to be in line with our second toe, the one next to your big toe. So if your knee's collapsing in, you're going to widen it out a little bit. If it's trying to blow out the side, you're going to hug it in a little bit. Now, this is one we've been working on for a while. I see you all work so hard to keep lifting this left thigh up, right? Make it easier on yourself. Balance it out by softening this right thigh down. And as the hips get a little more in balance, right, as they open, this will be easier to hold. Yeah, so play with both sides. That's what's one of the challenges, the fun challenges in yoga is playing with muscle and organic energy, right? And how they play with each other and within each other, against each other. Now keep pushing down, keep hugging in. Pull your pelvic floor up, pull your belly button in, shutters closed, heart lifts, throat's back, gaze is reaching, looking out in front of you, reach through the crown of the head, inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Crescent, so keep the back heel up, so we're going to sweep the back heel out. It's going to keep the low back more like neutral here, right? So a little safer. Keep pulling your belly button and take those shutters closed again. Now reach up through your thumbs. Now maybe curl back into the pose. And keep letting the back of your heart lift up through the front of your chest. Yep, one more breath. Exhale the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa, your breath. Remember, stay with your tempo. It's going to be easy to go fast. Last night I was talking about this a lot. Like, you'll hear me say, you want to be able to accelerate and decelerate and stabilize, right? Start, stop, and hold. Momentum will feed itself, right? You want to try to be able to control every movement that you make. And ultimately, that's like muscle and organic energy, concentric and eccentric muscle engagement, fighting against each other, right? For a good. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Right, and you all have beautiful practices. You're just trying to sharpen things up, right? Y'all, the foot placement's there, right? Everything's set up, nice shapes. You're just looking at little bits and pieces that you think you can make a little bit tighter on your practice. Like, one of the misalignments is going to be that back heel is going to fall in. And when the back heel falls in, the right hip's going to peel away. So keep the energy sweeping that inner heel out so it's pointing straight up to the sky. Now draw that right hip forward like you're hugging it to the inside of your left thigh. Now keep pulling the energy up, right? Physical sense of chakras is like from root, that's pelvic floor, belly, shutters, heart, throat, gaze, reach through the crown of the head. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1 crescent. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing. So for 2 seconds, that's how long it takes to come up. Now, same thing here. Check back into that right heel. Maybe sweep it out and draw that right hip forward. And as the energy pulls up from the legs, take it up through the upper trunk. Feel the belly start to peel open. Feel the chest start to peel open. Feel the neck start to peel. Maybe reach up through your thumbs. Curl back one more breath. Nice, y'all. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Awesome, crew. Stay with your breath. Now, the vinyasa might have got a little bit quicker after this one, right? Because you're holding the pose, so the heart rate comes up, so the pace comes up a little bit. Nothing like a jog or a run, right? No panting in our breath. But that's the rhythm, right? Sometimes that changes in the practice. You just stay with it. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Now just take a look down at your feet and notice how they set themselves up. Most likely your heels are in. I'm being a little dramatic here, but if you need to, sweep the heels out, work the outer edge to the pinky toe, push down into the big toe mound. Pull the energy up the legs. Inner thighs back, sacrum back, ribs back, head and throat back, arms back. Now maybe curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the tops of the thighs. Sit back. Push down the heels of your hands into the crease of your hip here. Yep. Persuading a little space into this front hip crease. Notice what the feet did. Maybe they tried to turn off a little bit. Fire them back up. Time under tension, right? That's how they get stronger. That's how all your muscles get stronger. Push down, rise up, take a nice big reach. Let that right hand grab the left wrist, maybe plug that right leg up. Take that little side bend to the right towards the brick wall. Keep sweeping your inner heel out on the right leg so external rotation doesn't happen. Right? We just wanted a little of abduction, but we're hugging adduction back in. Inhale, come back up, swap. So see, as we separate our legs out, ab, but then to balance, add. We squeeze our inner thighs. Heavy in the heel. Notice that the toes want to crunch, right? Keep the heel heavy. Inner thighs, sacrum, ribs, head and throat, arms. Inhale, come up, release the hands and the foot. Exhale, fold. Notice those feet. Are they turned on? Inhale, look forward. Are they still fired up? Exhale, fold. Now you're looking at them. So see if the one arch wants to collapse a little bit easier. If you're righty, it tends to be your right one that wants to collapse. If you're lefty, it tends to be your left. That's not always, but generally that's what happens. And it just happens because one of your primal movements is a throw. So you'd always step one leg forward, right? Which means the other leg has to move. One stability, one mobility. Like we look symmetrical, right? But we're not. We don't move that way. We move different from side to side. So you might have to bring a little more muscle energy to that one foot. You might have to pull the energy up into that hip. And now as you look forward, lengthen the spine. So you could even drag your fingers back towards you. And as the spine lengthens, go ahead and fold a little deeper in the pose. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up. Sit back in the chair pose. I've been in the chair pose lately. I don't know why. It's just been a thing. Keep sitting back. Now notice, if you lift your toes up, you're going to feel that energy come up the back of the legs and hit those glutes. That's a little way to get into your glutes a little more. Lift your toes. Pull your belly buttons in. Yep, sit bones are down a little bit. Go sit bones down more. Sit back deeper. Pull your belly in. Belly button back. Sit bones down. Sit back a little deeper. You go with the touch. Way more. Yeah. Push down, rise up. You feel that fill in? Yep. Exhale, fold. But that's you, right? Plank, you're always working that little length. Y'all know the shit I ask you to do is not easy, right? It's super challenging. But it's fun, right, as we do it in yoga. That's the game. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for all of us. That's why we just play in our practice. One more breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. So flow through a little bit. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge, spin the back heel, come up warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. In warrior two, we want to be on a balance beam. So that means if we drew a line down our mat, our heel on our front foot and the arch on our back foot would be in one line. Our front toes are facing 12 o'clock, like straight forward. Think of like 3 and 6 and 9. You're in front of 9 a little bit. Now get tall here. Breathe up out of the waist. Yep. The more you lift up out of the waist, the more you can lengthen the right sit bone down to that right heel, and the knee will start peeling out, right? Or sweep the heel to the wall with the window and the door, and the knee will peel to the bricks. The only chill here, right, is just soften your face, go to your breath, and bring your gaze right over your middle finger. Yep. And take the palm up, come back into that reverse warrior. Feel that peel come up the side body through those obliques. Those intercostal muscles are between your ribs. You want to really get into those muscles. On an inhale, you're going to breathe to the front of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. You're going to feel the right side of your ribs blow up here and expand. Now curl back on them. Yep. And then inhale, come back up to that warrior two. Spin your hands down, spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. See, this is why you want this vinyasa to be measured up and real efficient. In my class, we do a lot of vinyasas, right? So, and they're challenging. They're hard. That's why we do them. But they're fun because we get to move through and transition and challenge ourselves, right? And that's the idea. But you want them to be optimal. In yoga, you always want to leave feeling better than when you came, right? That's the main goal. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge, spin that back heel, come up warrior two, side two. So the common tendency is that this right thigh and this right hip want to do this. And you wanted to do exactly the opposite. This. Even if you lean forward, this is better to be in this position than to be in this position, right? Because here the thigh's rooted back. Now, to come back up, if you're leaning forward, bring your belly button towards your spine. Yeah. Now start lengthening the sit bone. So there we're opening up the hip flexors. Now we're opening up the adductors, the inside of the thigh. So lengthen sit bone to heel or sweep the heel. Reach through your back hand a little bit because you tend to reach forward. Yep. Now here we go. Take the palm up. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds? Now slowly go back into that reverse warrior so that you hold the left knee on top of the ankle. It's going to try to go back on you, right? So you're going to start bending into it that little bit. It's going to try to fall in on you. So you're going to keep widening back out to the left. Now take that big inhale on the left side of the ribs. And when you feel it expand, now curl back on it. Yep. Inhale, come back up. Warrior two, spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Breath might have came up a little bit there, right? So maybe the pace came up a little bit. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. All right, grab a drink. Take a break. I was going to go to the forearm thing first, but go ahead, grab a drink, take a little break. How's the foot thing coming along? Yeah? It's challenging, for sure, because your feet want to collapse. Like, sometimes people come downstairs and they say to me as someone, they're like, oh, I was like born with flat feet, right? I just don't have good arches. Well, arches are muscles, right? You have to build them up. So what you want to do is while you're resting, I'm telling you while you're resting, right? Like what you do is you want to pull your big toe mound back to your heel, not your big toe, because that pulls the big toe mound up, remember? We want to pull back. So what you do at home is you either put a sock on or you take a piece of paper. You put the piece of paper on the floor, and you're going to try to crunch the paper by pulling your big toe mound back. And what are you doing? You're firing up that arch, right? There's 3 lines in your foot of muscles, the outside, the middle, and then the inside. You're trying to get that to fire back up. That's a little like therapeutics for home. All right, we ready? Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours. Take a couple breaths. That's one of the first things I tell people at Soma when they come in with any kind of foot issue. That's one of the first things. So give it a try. Let me know if it works for you. So even here, start to work the feet. See what it's like. Notice how the heels aren't falling in as much now that you're starting to activate them, right? Feel how the legs are starting to pull the energy up. The arms up into the shoulders and the chest, right? The belly's starting to hold in a little bit easier. Not easy, just easier. Then step back to plank. and then back to downward dog. None of this shit is easy, right? It's all hard. And we honor that. We know that going into it, right? It's going to be a challenge, but we're going to have fun doing it. We're not going to get worked up when things don't go our way. We're just going to practice. Now pedal the heels a couple times. Come to neutral. Reach the right leg straight back. Reach out of your heel. Now keep the leg up. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog with that leg up. Let's do 5. Inhale, come forward. Try not to exhale back. Try not to let the hip peel up. So keep sweeping the inner heel out so your toes point straight down towards the floor. Did you feel what you did there? That was it. Yeah. Keep reaching the heel back and the crown of your head forward. After your 5, lower that right leg, take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Take another breath. Then when you're ready, inhale, come forward to plank with the leg up, and exhale back. So we're using this to stabilize the hip here. So hug the outer hip in on the left side, both sides really, but feel the left side. Keep lifting from the inner edge of the thigh, so the inside of the leg. Keep the toes spread and the foot active as you reach out of the heel. And then after your 5th one, lower your left leg down. Push back, downward dog. Exhale, lower your knees, all 4s. Nice, y'all. Turn your hands out, external rotation. So we're going to be here. Now, what wants to happen in through the belly? This. We can't let this happen, right? This is everything we've been working against today. So pull your belly in. Like, that's too much. But this is not enough. So I got to feel where I'm solid here. Lumbar spine's nice and supported. Yeah, these look good. Now, push your hands down, and you're going to feel this nice stretch come up out of the wrist, through the forearm, the bicep, in the chest a little bit. Inhale, unwind, sit back on your heels. Give your wrist a little spin. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. One more time, and then here's the options, right? You got a few of them. So you can stay here with the hands. Externally rotate it, work the wrists and the shoulders. If you want to bring the pinkies together and step back to plank, you could work the core a little more. If you want to take the knees wide, the feet together, walk yourself forward, come into Mayurasana, arm balance, you certainly can. Play where what feels good to you. It's not a one's better than the other, right? It's wherever you want to play. Trina, you doing the little trick? Yeah, so see with the block, you can make yourself a little space, right? We all have something to get around once in a while. If you don't get what I mean, Trina does and I do not, okay? So we're going to use the block to kind of like give us a little space to move through that. So you put the block in your belly, right? And you're going to put the back of your arms, like your elbows, towards the block. And then that'll give you that little bit of space to get in there. Yeah. Dude, that's solid. That shoulder feels all right? Yeah, good. Yeah, that's awesome. You're welcome. Work from you, really. In Mayurasana, you want to keep looking. In all arm balances, we've been talking about this. You got to go forward more. Think about where the weight's going to be. For all of us. Here's the big prime movers. Here's the weight. Not a lot here. So you got to overbalance. You got to keep going forward. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. Yes. Yes. Keep looking forward. Squeeze your feet together. Yes. You feel where the balance point starts to happen, right? You got to go forward. So really, when we're talking about wrists, in this arm balance, it kind of seems like the wrist is trying to get jacked up. It's because you really should be going the other way. When I go in the arm balance, I'm going this way. So what am I doing? I'm opening the wrist back up as compared to closing it, right? I'm trying to open by going this way. So the more I go forward, the more I actually get back into that neutral wrist. So you want to keep going forward. Yeah. All right, where we at? All right, let's meet all 4s, hands and knees. Doctors, we got to move. Take a couple breaths. When you're ready, step back to plank, and then back to downward dog. Work through one vinyasa. Keep pushing your hands down and forward. Keep your chest going back towards your toenails. Don't let your head fall, your chin fall to the floor. So slide the back of your throat to the front of the room where the ceiling and the wall are meeting. And you're going to feel the muscles in the back of your neck engage. You're going to feel your upper back start to engage. If your head falls, your upper back's going to round. If your upper back's going to round, you're going to disengage your arms from your shoulder socket, and you're going to get weaker. So keep integrating, right? Get the friends in the game. Keep pushing the weight back by lifting the arms up and taking your chest back towards your toenails. Get the weight into the legs. That's where we're going to be able to hold it at. Keep breathing. Inhale, come forward to plank. Keep pushing down, knees count. Keep pushing down. Keep your hips up. Turn your hands out more. Keep going. Yeah, that just brought the whole bottom tip of that shoulder blade in. Keep pushing down. Don't let your chin fall. Bring your belly buttons into your spines. Now, your sit bones, for almost all of us, are going to lengthen towards your heels. Don't let them go up to the sky. If you're feeling this in your wrist, it's because you're bearing weight into the heel of your hand. Put it into the pointer finger, the knuckles, the pointer finger knuckles, and your main knuckles here. Keep that. Keep rooting to the inner edge of the hand. Keep lifting those hips up. Keep breathing. We're almost there. Shit's getting hard right now, right? It's been hard. Keep breathing. And then slowly lower to your bellies. Nice, y'all. That was a minute each way on the downward dog hold we've been working on, and then a minute on the plank. That was awesome. It was hard, right? It was supposed to be. Take a couple breaths. Take your hands underneath your head. Turn your head to one side. That was awesome work. And remember, you're in your practice. Right? You go as long as you need it to go. There's not a right or a wrong. There's never, well, in alignment. But in your practice of what you want to bring in, right? When it's time to rest, rest. When it's time to go, go. Usually my thing is, right, I always say downstairs in Soma, if the form says go, we go. Right? If the form says stop, then we stop. From here, take your right arm underneath your chest, bend your left knee, reach back, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Hug your knees in. Before you pull your heel to your sit bone, neutralize your pelvis first. So go belly button to spine. Now push your pubic bone and your junk into the yoga mat. And you'll already feel your quads start to stretch. Now start to pull your sit bone, your heel to your sit bone. But don't lose that engagement belly button to spine and pubic bone into the mat. Now if you still feel this in your low back, bring your forehead to your forearm. That'll neutralize your spine all the way. And it'll be a little easier to bring belly button to spine and pubic bone to the mat. And then you can draw the heel a little bit deeper. Then watch the boing as you release. Swap side two. Remember, before you pull your heel in too far, neutralize the pelvis. Keep dragging your spine forward by pulling your left arm back towards your waist. It's the same action your hands do in Cobra. They pull back to you. Same thing here. Pull your forearm back to you. Now, you made space, which means you got to control all that. You might have to go back to the belly button again. You might have to go back to the pubic bone of the mat. That's the front of the pelvis. Back of the pelvis would be like the sacrum is the top, right? But more like feeling your sit bones lengthen to the backs of your knees, right? So it'd be like this. Sit bones are going this way. What's the misalignment? That way. We don't want that. That's right in our lumbar, right? Watch the boing as you release. Take the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Spread your toes. Yeah, like activate those feet. Now tack your toenails down into the floor. Yep, pull your belly button in again and bring your pubic bone to the mat. Now inhale, lift the chest. As you come up, it's forward and up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Do 5. Your breath. Lift in the upper back here. That's where those back bends happen, that thoracic spine. After your 5, release the hands. Take your hands underneath your head. Turn your head to one side. You can do some butt wiggles or some reverse windshield wipers if that feels good. Multifidus is our core spinal muscle. That's what we're working here. Little core was one of our focuses today. And then come to neutral. Inhale the head back to center. When you take your hands behind your back, if left pinky was under last time, right pinky gets a turn. Work the legs. Neutralize the pelvis. When you're ready, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Your exhale, lower. Stay with your breath. You'll notice you won't get a good of a breath here, right, as you're back bending into it. That's part of the game here in this pose. Think you're squeezing where are your lungs in your back. So it's going to be easy for us to shut that off, or at least not get it as deep. After your 5, lower down. Take the hands under the head. If the right hand was on top, left hand. Turn your head to the other side. And then if you want to do your butt wiggles or your reverse windshield wipers. Come to neutral. Place the hands middle of the chest. Take your shoulders back. Curl your toes. Charge your legs up. Belly button to spine. Yep. When you're ready, push up the chaturanga. Take a full round of breath. Then push up the plank. Take a full round of breath. Then push back to downward dog. Take a few rounds. Take a look at those sneaky hands. See what they're doing. Did those pointer fingers try to turn in on you? If they did, spin them out. That misalignment's sneaky, right? And it's going to take a little while to readjust. So you just keep checking in. What are those feet doing? Are those heels starting to spin out? Or are they still trying to spin in? If you need to reactivate them, sharpen them up a little bit. Work through one vinyasa. Start to rev the engine up a little bit again here. And then from downward dog, roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front, come into side plank. Turn the bicep forward towards the front of the room, and you're going to feel you integrate into the upper back. Push out of the big toe mounds like you're pushing on a gas pedal. You're going to pull the energy. It's going to come up in your hips. If you want to go Vashisthasana, hug your left knee to your chest. Take the 2 fingers between your toes. Kick your leg towards the wall with the window and the door. Then maybe up to the sky, or you can hold your knee like this. Release the leg if it's there. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back to downward dog. Stay calm, right? Stay cool, stay collected. Is it hard? Yes. But we're still going to work through. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. But we're going to set ourselves up for success, right? We're going to integrate and get all these friends in the game. Now we're strong. We're going to be able to hold our space. So we decide, do we want to stay here? Awesome. Maybe we want to go a little further. We're going to hug the right knee to the chest. Remember, one's not better than the other. Or maybe we're going to hold the knee here instead of extending the leg out. Wherever you want to play. Now breathe. Now release the leg. Control it as you come back to plank. Yep. Control it as you push back to downward dog. Nice, y'all. And reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Pigeon. Now, one of the main components on pigeon that tends to turn off and makes the pose a little more challenging are the feet, especially the front one. It's going to be real easy for the foot to sickle like this. You're trying to get back to Tadasana like my right leg is. My left one's sickled, right? I got to get this to go back this way. So you want to push out of the big toe mound and you want to pull the pinky toe side of the foot back. So the pose is still a little tough for me. If you could kind of look from the front, we're trying to get the ankle. You could see a space here underneath Trina's ankle as the foot is trying to go back to neutral. That's a lot of work, all right? But that's the root. So we got to really work from there first. Now push down and hug in. So pull your front knee back and your back knee forward. In the back leg, to get a little more power to do that, you'll curl your toes. If you feel like you can hold the power, take the toenails flat. But you still got to draw in, hug in, and then pull up from the pelvic floor. And as you bring the belly button and the shutters closed, that's where you're going to get your spine to lift. And that's where you want to fold. I know a lot of you like to fold, so go for it. If you like to stay up in the prep, stay up in the prep. Like uplift it. It's not a better than the other. It's just where you want the pose to be. Now notice if your chin is falling to the floor. If it is, what's happening? Your neck is going with it. Your upper back's going with it. We got to look and slide that throat back. So look out to the front of your mat. If you're not sure what I mean, look here. Look at how this looks like Tadasana, right? Like mountain pose. There's a lot of mountain pose showing as compared to this, right? Which is what it would be if we were collapsing to the floor. We know mountain pose is back here, right? And that's really hard. That's millions of years worth of work, right? And still hard to do. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. Lift the hips, unwind that right leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Take that breath, and then exhale, lower it down. Reach your left leg straight back. Step it through. Pigeon side two. Control it as you lower down. Now, if you need a little bit of like a feedback, you take your right hand onto the ball of your foot and you push. And as you hug in and you push out, that'll give you a little connection to engage the muscles in the foot, to pull that energy up the legs. What's the definition of muscle energy? An engagement to support a joint. All right, so we got to work and fire these muscles up so we support our ankle joint. We got to pull the energy up the leg to support the knee, especially as the leg's in external rotation, right? Knees work awesome this way, terrible this way. So we got to stay engaged and hold that joint in place. How do we get femurs, heads of your femurs into your hip socket? By dragging your knees forward and back. And you're rooting the head of the femur into the socket. And then you extend the pose out that little bit and maybe you fold into it. And we got this nice opener here in the back of the hip and down the back of the leg. We keep this right sit bone reaching back by dragging the back knee forward. And we keep this left sit bone lengthening down. Right, so not symmetrical, the pose. Totally opposite things. Keep working that upper back. Yeah. You worked hard to energize that today, right? The reward is now being able to hold that space. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. When you're ready, lift the hips, unwind that left leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then lower it down. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Charge those legs up. Heels back, inner thighs back, sacrum back, belly and ribs, head and throat, arms. Maybe curl back a little deeper. Feel how the curl's happening in the upper back. We're not letting the hips come forward, so the lumbar's nice and safe. Maybe we go a little bit deeper, one more breath. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. You could come up front. We can move the curtains. I can move the blankets. They're actually pretty much out of the way. But if we need more space, we can spin some stuff around. It should be plenty of space, though. You can work underneath the lights or on the doors, wherever you want to go. If you want to invert in the middle of the room, you're always welcome to stay. So if you want to stay in the middle of the room, go for it. If you're at home and you don't have the wall to kick up on, you're going to lay on your back, bend your knees, interlace your hands behind your back, and as you take that heel to the sky, take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap inside too. If you are at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert today. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you, whatever you want to play with, okay? Trina's kind of helping set everybody up. Again, if you want to stay in the middle of the room, you're always welcome to. If you want to find a spot on the wall, I see a bunch of spaces that we can still get mats in, so we'll get you in. Can we get one more in that back row? We can move maybe down a little bit there. So I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. If you want to work your handstand, your headstand, your tripods, or your pinches, or anything like that, right? You can work on your own. Trina's going to be walking around, so you can ask her right away. And then once I get everybody up, I'll start walking around. And if you have any questions on any of those other poses, you can certainly grab me as well. All right? So play around a little bit. See where you can take your pose. Right away, I've been talking about this lately. Like, set yourself up for success. Put it in perspective. Right? What are you about to do? You're about to use these, which are nowhere near the size of these, to hold yourself up. Right? So right away, that's a huge challenge. But if we get these and these and these and all these friends in the game, it's going to work. Right? We're going to be able to do it for a little while. Not as long as these, right? These are going to go all day. These won't, but they'll go for a while. So set that up. Your breath, it's going to be easy to lose your breath. Keep breathing. All right? Strong hand placement, work through the pose. So if you want to stick with me, let's go all fours, hands and knees. If you're going to work on your own, whenever you're ready, go for it. So from all fours, hands and knees, take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. If your knees are bent, you're in downward dog inverted. If your legs are straight, you're in L pose. You want to play some more core? You see some pikes going on here, right? You could work your pikes from your headstand or your tripods. Yeah, nice, y'all. Keep breathing. When you kick up, exhale.
Okay. Like here.
This is awesome. Play with what feels good. Yeah, you're doing it. Like, have you even done that in years and you got there, right? That's success. You're doing it. Yep. Just keep breathing, and then when you're ready to kick up, exhale. And think your hips up to the sky, not your legs. Bring your hips up. Yeah, yeah. Keep driving your forearms down into the ground. So as you push down, yeah, so think from wrist, even the back of your hands, wrist, forearm, all the way to your elbow. The more you push down, the more you're going to go up. Go ahead, play around. Nice, y'all. What's up? All right. How you feel from yesterday?
Good.
Pretty good? Awesome. Yeah, that's good news.
All good. It's getting better and better every day. Like it's like finally on the other side. Can you believe that? How long has it been? A year and a half?
Dude, it's like the ice age, man. you could use that if you want.
Yeah, I'll
Take it.
borrow that.
Awesome, y'all. We'll talk after. Sorry there was a mix-up. So let's give yourself about another minute or so, right? Play around still. Plenty of time. If you're inverted out, we'll meet on our backs. I had to think about what I did real quick. I wanted to say bellies, but we need a little bit more to get there. So we'll go backs. We just needed a little different direction, that's all. So when you're ready, you're done inverted out, let's all meet on our backs. So we'll do 2 back bends. I'll talk you through a couple different things. If you want to fire up a little bit more, you could kick the one leg out on your bridges or on your wheels. You could do some Erdva push-ups if you want to play with it a little bit more. Okay, so a couple things, some options for you. But on the first one, I'll talk you into bridge, and then the second one, wheel. But if you want to play with supported bridge, that's always an option. You could take the block to your sacrum, right? That solid part of your pelvis. If you're not sure where that is, call me over. I'll help you get it set up. So let's start on our backs. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, head and shoulders are back. Our feet are hips width apart. We could be a hair wider if we want a little more balance, but we don't want to be any narrower because we're going to lose the power. And we're making sure our feet are parallel like train tracks. So remember what those sneaky little heels want to do? They want to spin in. So we might have to spin out the heels a little bit just to get it to match up. And if you feel, take your fingertips out and feel your heels. That's how you know your knees are going to be on top of your ankles. Now, take the sacrum flat. So bring your belly button to your spine. Take your head and your shoulders back. If you need a little more support, bend your elbows like robot. If you want to keep your hands by your side, whatever your flavor is. Now, charge the legs up. So remember what we did? We sweep the inner heels out. We hug the shins in. We pulled our heels to our butt. Go through the core. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button to your spine. Bring your shutters closed. Keep your head and your throat back as you slowly lift the hips. Slow as you lift. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds, however long your breath is? Because y'all are strong. And what's going to want to happen is you're going to try to hammer your pubic bone up to the sky. And that's going to be too far. You still got to keep the little crease at the front of the hip, thighs back. That's where internal rotation works here. So you want the inner thighs to be working in and down. So if your knees are splaying out, we're going the wrong way. We want to go in and down. Now take the shoulders under a little bit deeper. Yep. Now hold that space. Now gently push the feet down and forward, and you're going to feel the back bend happen right underneath those shoulder blades. And then stay engaged as you lower down, so go slow. See if you get your sacrum to land flat when you come down. That's like the detail of lowering down. Then take the feet wide, let the knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. Nice, y'all. Now on the second one, I'll first talk you into bridge, and then if you want to go into wheel, I'll talk you into wheel, and then you have some options if you want to keep going, right? But find where you need to be. All right, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. Set it up, start to charge it up, and when you're ready, slowly lift the hips. And check back in, see if anything moved. If it did, place it back. If you want to go into wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. And for most of us, our pinkies are probably going to touch the edge of the mat, if not hang off. When you turn the hands out, the elbows are going to come in. They're going to line up with the outside of your shoulders. We want that. Now plug your shoulders back, and when you're ready, push down to come up. If you need a little more length on your curve, lift your heels up. As the curve lengthens, it will be a little more accessible. Wherever you're at, maybe you want to reach that right leg straight out. Maybe you want to lower it down. You want to reach the left leg out. If you're in wheel, maybe you want to lower your head to the mat, do a couple Erdva push-ups. Wherever you're at, when you're ready, slowly lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If the right hand was on the heart, the left hand to the heart, and the opposite hand to the low belly. Go back to the breath. And then from here, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Next time the knees fall to the right, let them settle there. Pull the left heel to the left sit bone. There's another quad stretch. If you go right ankle over left knee, just persuade the knee forward. Don't push it down to the mat. And keep your belly buttons in, everybody. So we protect these little SI joints right here. When we lose our belly button and then we start to try to like twist, we're going to tweak in here. So keep this nice and safe by belly button in. You hear me say belly button in on every single pose. I got other shit I want to say, but that's just what we all need to tap into, right? Shutters closed, every pose, because that's where we need to tap into. And then release the ankle if it's there. Inhale, come back to center. Let the knees fall towards the left or whatever your side two is. And then right heel to right sit bone. This is really nice on that lateral quad, that outside one. And if you're going to take the ankle over the knee, persuade forward instead of down. So if you're not sure what that means, like Trina's taking her ankle and she's sliding it forward towards like her kneecap, and it's taking her knee forward towards like the brick wall as compared to pushing her knee down towards her mat. So we get those fibers to stretch instead of just cranking into the joint there. Release the ankle if it's there. Inhale, come back to center. Take your legs out straight, reach your arms up overhead, take a nice stretch. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Hug your knees to your chest, give yourself a little hug. Make a couple small circles on your low back or your sacrum. Rock yourself up to a seated position. Take your right leg out straight and your left knee bent. Reach down to your right sit bone. You're going to pull it back. You might even turn the thigh in a little bit. So your toes are pointing straight up to the sky and your kneecaps pointing straight up. This wants to happen. So we do this. Now keep hugging to the big toe mound side of the foot because the negative energy wants to go where? This way. We already know that. So we're going to start to initiate this way. Now hug your heel in. Take your left hand behind you and your right bent elbow to the outside of your knee. So you want to hug your knee and your elbow is going to help a little bit here. Now sit up tall and then twist to the up knee side. If you need to twist open, you would twist this way. Take that left shoulder back. You can lean into it a little bit and then twist a little bit deeper. Notice what that foot and that leg did. Did it try to drop out to the side? If it did, hug that big toe mound in. Remember, those misalignments are sneaky. One more breath. If you want to hit the arm balance out of here, you can. You can unwind a little bit. You lift up. You take the outside of your leg to the back of your arm, and you're going to kick that leg forward, and then that back leg up. It's tough, especially if like you're tight in the hip a little bit. That's a challenge. You know? And then inhale, unwind, and then we'll swap side two. Then I reach down, I grab the sit bone, I pull back, and I turn that thigh in. And then I activate my foot like I'm pushing on a gas pedal, a flex point, right, a floint. And then your right hand goes behind and your left bent elbow to the outside of your knee. And then sit up tall. You could even push your hand behind you so you sit up tall. You get that spine to lengthen. And then twist to the up knee side. Yep. Spread your fingers here. Activate the hand and the wrist. This wants to happen, right? Here. Activating the hand, the muscles in the hand, carpal tunnel, right here, right? You won't be able to see that. What happens is this goes flat as those muscles start to kind of die out. You want to activate that shit. One more breath. If you're hitting the arm balance, you come out just a little bit. You place the hands like downward dog, the outside of the thigh to the back of the arm. The bottom leg goes forward, and the top leg goes back. Tika Pada Kundinyasana 1. And then wherever you're at, inhale, unwind, lay back. Take another stretch here. Reach the arms, reach the legs, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Hug your knees to your chest. Take your block, if you have one, and put it between your thighs, your calf muscles, or your ankles. Your thighs will be a little more accessible, your calf muscles will be a little more challenging, and your ankles will be the most challenging. You're welcome. Anybody need a block? Okay, now, you'll have some space. We're all going to start the same way. We're going to sit pretty close to, so you'll have enough room. When you're ready, if you need a little more support, take your hands out to the side, palms down. You're going to lower your knees to the right. Yep. Inhale, come back up. Exhale them. Yep. Inhale, come back. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come back up. Back to the right. Keep going. Now, keep working your feet. So activate those feet. Keep your shins parallel with the floor. 90-degree angles from the foot to the shin to the thigh to the upper trunk. Might as well get one more core here, right? A little twist, a little rotation. Keep activating the feet. Keep hugging the shins and the inner thighs are fired up. One more. When you balance the sides out, release the block. Take the legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Nice, y'all. A little dynamic twist. Hug the right knee to your chest. Interlace your hands behind the thigh. Reach the heel up to the sky. Try to keep the back of the left thigh rooted to the floor. So to do that, you might have to lower your right heel towards the floor a little bit. So you got to release the pose a touch. You'll re-root into the foundation, then work the split from there. Keep hugging the big toe mound in on that base leg. It's going to try to fall out to the pinky toe side. One more breath. Bend the knee, release the leg, hug the left knee in, take that right leg out. Try to root the back of the thigh to the floor, then interlace the hands behind the thigh as you reach the heel to the sky. The bottom leg's internal rotation. The top leg is external rotation. So you want the out seam of your thigh to move forward. So you feel your thigh move away from your ribs. Then when you get that space off your rib here, like right in this space, as the leg moves away, breathe up. And you'll peel up off this hip bone right here. And then bend the knee, lower down one more time. Take those legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Spread the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, hug the knees to your chest. Happy baby, Ananda Balasana. So take your knees wide, wider than your shoulders. Keep your sacrum flat. So if you feel like you're rounding into your lumbar spine, just let go of your feet and hold your knees or your shins. And that'll let you go neutral pelvis. Then you can get those knees nice and wide, like wider than your shoulders. Now draw your knees towards your ears, and you'll get a nice opener inside the thighs, back of the hip. We just did back of the leg, but if you want that one more time, you reach one leg out or both legs out, whatever your flavor is. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center, exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation if that feels good to you. You can do block or blanket behind the knees. You could do heart bench. You could do Supta Baddha Konasana where the knees are going to be wide. If the knees are going to be wide, just take the blocks to the outsides of the knees so that you have some support there. And here as we lay back, let the legs stretch out. Let the feet gently roll open. Let your arms come along the sides. Let the shoulders settle back. The palms turn open to the sky. That open palm drawing in the energy. And your head rests back and maybe your eyes close. We let the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. We let the body get heavy. We let the mind soften as it turns back to the breath. As the exhale clears and removes and makes space, and the inhale draws in something new. The change, that new alignment, those new optimal ways of our movement. And the heart opens as it gets ready to move the practice into the yoga, the practice of life. And the yoga of life, challenges just like here on the mat. And we work through them just the same. We take our breath, we set our foundation, we engage, and we express. We work hard to improve ourselves, support each other, and grow together. But just like on the mat, things don't always go our way, and challenges that are tough arise. So we take another breath, and we reset another foundation, we re-engage, and we re-express. With each breath, a new expression, another chance. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath as it washes over the body, from your toes to your fingers, the crown of your head through your heart. As you reawaken a better version of yourself. Fingers and the toes wiggle, let the arms and the legs stretch or reach, move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly, consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest. Just roll to the right side. Let your hands push down as you come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together. Together, the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Crew, beautiful practice, awesome Oms. Whew. You know I'm a sucker for a good Om. If you have any questions, grab us before you go. Something feels weird in your body, definitely get me before you go. I'll see y'all next week. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew.
John always makes fun of me because I can match my socks to what I'm wearing.
Do you?
Yeah. He thinks that's really funny. He thinks it's very girly.
Yeah. You know me, I wear limited things. I have a very small attire. Still waiting for the insurance to tell me it's okay to go. I called Rothman yesterday and they were like, we're going to call again. They said it's still on a hold. I know.